The Democrats were the ones that were for slavery. The Democrats were the ones that came up with the Jim Crow stuff.
Even if all of that were true about slavery, which party flies the Confederate flag today?
A lot of the Democrats.
You really think Democrats fly the Confederate flag
There's
more than
Democrats
Republicans?
that, yes.
Overwhelmingly, you'll see a Confederate flag right next to a Trump flag. That's just how it works
No,
nowadays.
I haven't seen that overwhelmingly.
You really? You think,
Where?
was it Democrats or Republicans trying to take down Confederate statues?
Confederate statues?
Which party was trying to take down Confederate statues?
What's the statue got to do with?
You're saying that Democrats are pro-Confederate, but weren't Democrats trying to remove Confederate statues?
Why are they doing that?
Because they're anti-Confederate.
No, they're not.
Why are they trying to remove the statues then?
Because they're trying to change the history of our country. You know what? Take your camera and go interview all these black people that are here, okay?
Yeah.
And you ask
The
them.
three black people that are here?
If you ask them.
The tariffs are working. The tariffs are working.
If you're 50 years old and have a 401k, you've lost about $74,000 in the past 3 months. Does that feel like it's working?
No, I've lost more than that.
I made this shirt right after the mugshot came out because it's one of the most, important photos of all time.
Yeah. Why is it important?
It just shows you how corrupt the system is, that he could be, arrested and shown in front of everyone, like in this embarrassing manner on totally trumped up charges.
Do you feel that it would be government overreach to try and take or limit people's ability to have firearms?
I don't feel that way. It is that way. Yeah, it would be. The Second Amendment guarantees our right to keep and bear arms.
Would it be government overreach to enter someone's home, a U.S. citizen, without a search warrant?
Absolutely. Wouldn't you?
That's allowed to happen right now. Donald Trump has ordered that people ICE agents can enter homes without a warrant.
He has?
Yes.
I don't know.
Is that government overreach?
Your government overreach.
What are your thoughts on the deportations that have happened so far?
Well, I like to call them homecomings because you came to our country, we paid for it, we put you up, we fed you, and now we're sending you home where you came from. It should be a celebration.
A lot of these people are being sent to El Salvador, even if they're not from El Salvador.
To me, I don't care where they get sent to. They don't belong here.
Do you like that he's kind of trying to influence universities and what's taught in universities?
Yes. Yes.
Are you behind that as well?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Pressure he's putting on Harvard to kind of change the way they're doing things?
Yes. Yeah.
Did it seem strange a little bit that he started Trump University and then had to pay $25 million because it was deemed a fraud, but he wants to tell other universities how to teach?
I'm like a huge Trump supporter, so I don't have an issue with that.
Trump is the closest thing to God.
Trump is the closest thing to God, really?
Absolutely, absolutely. He's what's going to fix this nation. This nation's corrupt. We're all split. America used to be all together.
Yeah.
Now we're all split up. Why? We need to come back together. The only person who's going to mold us is God first and then Trump.
I know if Kamala gets in, we're going to have World War III. So we definitely don't want her in.
And this is one of your top sellers here?
One of them, yes, sir.
And it says Trump that bitch?
Yes. Yep.
If Donald Trump wins the 2024 election, will you trust the results?
Yes, I will.
If Kamala Harris wins the 2024 election, will you trust the results?
No.
You would consider yourself pro-choice?
Yes. Yes.
Does it bother you that Trump appointed the Supreme Court justices that overturned Roe v. Wade? Made that choice harder for a lot of women?
Well, it's been fought how many times? 37 times in court. Maybe we'll get it figured out right someday. That's the best you can say.
But you're pro-choice?
Yes.
But you support Donald Trump?
Yes. And he's made a lot of good moves, some bad moves, but yes, I do.
Hang all the traitors. And then you asked me about Congress, and I said, yeah, I think 3/4 of Congress are traitors.
So if you follow that logic, you're saying hang the traitors, 3/4 of them are traitors.
Get in court, and let's see where it goes. I got plenty of rope.
Do you hate Taylor Swift?
Yeah, I do.
What has he done that makes him so special in your mind?
He just doesn't lie like all the other politicians do. He's not a politician. That's why I liked him.
You don't think Trump lies ever?
I mean, he does. He exaggerates sometimes.
What are your thoughts on the first 100 days of the Trump presidency?
I think it's wonderful. I think he's a wonderful president, the best president that really loves the American people, and he loves us. He loves his country because, he's the only man that could do this. I mean, who can replace this wonderful man that we have right now? He's blessed. He missed a bullet a couple times. His life was saved. I mean, just look at what he's done. And I know he has the best intentions in the world of making America great again because, he's put everything on the line. And I give him credit for that. And I'll pray for that man every single single day. I do, for his safety and that he can get the job done for us, and I'm sure he will.
So who do you hope is the vice president?
I personally love Carrie Lake.
Now, I have to ask, Mike Pence was Donald Trump's vice president, and Donald Trump almost got him, killed. Would you be worried about Carrie Lake?
Donald Trump did not.
Well, the people were chanting, hang Mike Pence.
Give me a break. Grow up.
Well, but then they actually went inside, to where he was and everything.
So what?
For the 2024 election, foreigners are going to be sent to your door?
The foreigners are already here, and they're already set up in the phone, and when somebody gives them the okay, they're going to come for us.
Where did you get this information?
Yeah.
Day one, put Hillary in jail.
And what would she go to prison for?
What wouldn't she go to prison for? Everybody that knows Hillary ends up dead anyway, so.
Is that true? Like President Obama?
Oh, Obama, yeah. So.
He didn't die, though. He's alive, right?
Yeah. Obama? Oh, yeah.
Up there had a shirt that said, "Fuck off, we're full."
I thought that was pretty funny. I actually saw that.
But you're not a citizen. You could be kicked out of here.
No, but I'm legal. That's the point.
What's a problem with the education in the United States of America right now?
I have a 15-year-old grandson that they have literally cats in the school that use litter boxes. They do
litter boxes in school
for kids to use. Yes.
Your grandson actually has seen this?
I've seen it.
You've seen it?
I've seen it.
Oh, really? So what happened?
That's what they use for the bathroom. They have them in the bathroom, and that's what they use in the bathrooms.
So this happened at your school?
My grandson's.
Okay. Yep. And he said that this was happening?
Yes.
What do you think's really going on in the country right now?
They're trying to push socialism through, unfortunately, and people are not informed.
If Kamala Harris loses the election and then she claims that she won the election, she's the sitting vice president, and she refused to certify the election results during the joint session of Congress, would that be a threat to democracy?
Yes.
Yeah. So in 2020, Donald Trump tried to get Mike Pence to do that exact same thing. So that is a threat to democracy?
He was wrong on that, yeah.
So you believe Donald Trump was a threat to democracy?
Was a threat? I think he had a couple of bad days there. Yeah, I don't agree with what he did on those days on January 6th. Although he did say, I don't think he's responsible, though, for all of those marches. He did say, which the New York Times, CNN always leaves out, but march peacefully. Yeah. You always forget that.
What did Taylor Swift do wrong?
What'd she do wrong?
Yeah.
She didn't do anything wrong, but she should keep her political views to herself.
Why?
Because she has so many followers that, they're just going to listen to her because she's Taylor Swift.
So you think that Taylor Swift should keep her political views to herself?
Yes.
And what's the shirt say here? It says Donald Trump 24. And this one says Make America Great Again?
Yeah.
Trump hat? Can I look at the one underneath it? It says God, guns, and Trump. And then what's this here? You got like a Trump flag?
Yeah.
Are you keeping your political views to yourself?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm voting for who I want to vote for.
Doc, do you want to tell us about your artwork here?
Yes, representational piece, obviously. I believe that we are here in America, and I like to say the pussification of this nation, that we allow these cold-blooded murderers to become heroes, as we see by these jobless, soulless losers, his groupies, and they're all trying to educate me about the healthcare system. That sucks, but you don't shoot an innocent man in the back that's got 2 children and a wife.
You said your dead mother voted for Biden?
Yeah. She would have turned over in her grave if she knew.
Can you tell me about how you discovered that? Can you tell me about how you discovered that? That's an incredible thing to say.
No. No. How else would he win?
Well, is that true or not? It's not true.
No.
Okay, so the election, the conspiracy that you were saying about your dead mother voting for Biden, that was not true.
Conspiracy theories are correct in my book.
You think that Trump is going to stop the country from heading in a communist direction?
I don't think he can stop, but he's been like Jesus Christ saving this country, giving his life for this country.
So Donald Trump has been like who?
Jesus Christ.
Donald Trump's been like Jesus Christ?
Yeah, saving this country, giving his life for the betterment of the people of the country.
In what way?
He's given his worth, his time. He's not on vacation like Biden. 40% of the time he's on Delaware on vacation.
He played golf like so much when he was president.
And look how much he did.
Well, he played a lot of golf.
Yes, and he accomplished things.
Well, he played so much golf, though.
And people respected him.
For the golf? You're talking about Kamala Harris and the Democratic Party are going after Christians?
Yes. And that's...
In what sense?
Well, they would love to close. Well, during COVID, they wanted to close all the churches and everything.
Well, they were closing like all places. They were closing churches. They were closing public places.
They were leaving Lowe's open, and people were standing in line in Lowe's.
They would probably say that it was like people needing like essential goods for their homes and everything.
They were just getting out.
Why do you think Obama was born in Kenya?
Well, that's where his birth certificate is from. He doesn't want to show it, but that's where he's from.
Where did you hear this?
It's all over the news.
What news in particular?
Well, just listen to it. You'll see it.
But what news did you see that in? Because he was born in the United States of America.
No, he wasn't. Prove it.
He just released his birth certificate after Donald Trump made up a racist flag.
Never seen it.
Do you believe Donald Trump when he said that President Obama wasn't born in the United States of America?
Yep. Even Obama said he wasn't. He said he was from Kenya. He was born in Kenya. And his 3rd term in his basement. That's what's happening now.
Who won the 2020 election?
Oh, by far it was Trump. Yeah, by far, yeah.
Do you think the Earth is actually flat?
I really do. It's my belief.
And who are you voting for this year?
Donald Trump, yeah.
Do you think that we landed on the moon?
That's a big question. I'm not sure. Like,
do you think the Earth is round or flat?
It seemed weird that President Nixon answered the phone while the guys were on the moon in the White House.
You're implying that the government made a hurricane stronger to hurt its own country, the United States of America?
Correct.
And what would be the gain of that?
If like there's been people out there, if they have an Alexa, I don't know if you've heard that, and they've asked what caused Milton.
Okay.
You can go on there now. It's already predicted the number of deaths and the amount of. It's already predicted it. On a Google, it won't do that. If you ask it about Helene, it'll tell you the government actively used seed clouding. This is before Helene even happened.
Do you think the Earth is round or flat?
I've been told my whole life it's round. I don't know.
What are some other
But if
conspiracies?
you read the Bible, it says, Jesus says to spread the gospel to the ends of the earth. I don't know. I don't get into that.
Pussification of America. What does that mean?
Pussification of a nation. That we become pussies, that we allow this to happen. We don't punish criminals because everybody's so delicate and oversensitive. I mean, it's not only with this, it's across the whole board.
All of our technology now is from aliens.
All of our technology now is from aliens?
Yeah, I agree.
And who won the 2020 election?
Trump.
And did we land on the moon?
I'm up in the air about that one. I'm not.
Who won the 2020 election?
Trump.
And are there aliens?
Of course.
And in the government?
Yeah, they're all over.
There are aliens here in our government right now?
I dated an Air Force pilot that was an alien.
You dated an Air Force pilot that was an alien?
He had black eyes. He had no whites of his eyes.
Who won the 2020 election?
Trump.
I'm here because our generation, specifically Gen Z, these 20-year-old kids, they don't want to step out. They think this election's so shallow. Oh, I don't want to step out just because I'm not exactly sure. But we have to realize the deeper meaning behind this election. It's not just politics. This is truly evil. This is a spiritual war in our country.
Does Trump 2020 make liberals cry again? But Trump's the one who's not in office. So the liberals were happy about the 2020 election. So if there is a group that's crying about it, it would be conservatives.
He was first elected, and we were trying to, in 2020, we were trying to make that happen again, make them cry again.
But then he lost.
He lost, right, and now they're doing everything they can possible to stop him from even running in 24.
But if you had to say who's been crying about the 2020 election, who would it be? How'd you get a hold of this shirt? Were you...
I got it back in the day.
Okay.
This one, too.
It says, can you tell me what it says there?
Life's a bitch, don't vote for one.
All right, and so that's got a picture of Hillary Clinton on it. You got Hillary for president 2016. Let me ask you a question. Do you think Democrats in this country need to tone down the rhetoric?
100% yes.
They're saying things that are too rude and disrespectful and are too inflammatory.
Yep.
All right, so what does that shirt say again?
It says, life's a bitch, don't vote for one.
And then there's a picture of...
Hillary Clinton. Yes.
And then this one says...
Well, rate it. Hillary for president.
One's 45, so I'm looking forward to doing the 47. And for me, what this really means is that if you add the numbers together, it's 4 plus 5 is 9, and 4 plus 7 is 11. So I think this is Donald Trump's 9/11 on his enemies.
What do you mean by that?
Well, if you add 4 plus 5, it equals 9. And if you add 4 plus 7, that
equals 11.
And then you get another 9/11, except it's their 9/11, the deep state.
Crypto has struggled a little bit in the first 100 days of the presidency. What do you see as far as that goes? Is it going to turn around?
Yeah, it will eventually. If they're only buying Bitcoin, everything else is a scam.
Only buy Bitcoin, everything else is a scam?
Correct, yeah, only Bitcoin.
So Donald Trump launched his meme coin. Was that a scam?
I love Trump, but yes. Yes, it was a scam.
Who would you vote for, Kamala Harris or Vladimir Putin?
Neither. I'm voting for Trump.
If you had to pick Harris or Putin?
I honestly, God, I think Putin would be a better decision than her.
Thoughts on how Joe Biden has handled the last 3 years?
Come on, man, they suck. I mean, he sucks. Plain and simple.
What's the worst thing that he's done? What's a bad thing that Joe Biden has done?
Where do I start, man? Really?
Yeah.
Come on, give me something, y'all. Come here. Come on, give me something. Something bad that Joe's done.
Has anyone ever told you that the car just looks kind of dorky?
Oh yeah, I mean I've gotten those issues where people will say it looks like a garbage truck, and then I immediately show them a side-by-side comparison. These lines are identical to the Lamborghini.
I've really only voted once in my life, but I think I might vote this year.
Oh, so you've run this stand for 9 years and you haven't voted?
I only voted for Barack Obama. That's the only president I ever voted for. Yeah.
So you went around the country selling all the stuff for Trump, and you didn't vote in the previous elections for him?
No, never.
If Donald Trump wins the 2024 election, will you trust it? Will you believe that it was fair?
Yeah. He's got to be too big to steal. He's got to win by a lot.
If Kamala Harris wins the 2024 election, will you trust the results?
No, because where's her rally? She doesn't. Nobody's for her.
Well, I mean, she's not having one here today.
Would you like to see Trump get rid of DEI in colleges?
Yes.
Would you like to see Trump have more pro-Trump professors in college?
Yeah, possible. I wouldn't be opposed to that.
Yeah.
Even playing field.
Yeah. Make it a little more diverse.
Yes.
And include more of the Trump professors there?
Well, yeah, why not? Because that's so overrun with all the others, so very progressive.
Would that be more equitable?
Well, we don't want to go on this whole DEI thing.
When she fills my car up with gas, the way she fills up her private jet with gas, then she can talk to me.
You're upset that she's got a lot of money?
Yes. No, I'm not upset that she has money. I'm upset that she's endorsing somebody that doesn't care about the economy. She has no idea what's going on in the world.
But Donald Trump, you should ask him. He's a billionaire. Ask him to fill your car.
He takes care of us. Donald Trump he cares about America.
All right. Now, what are the most important issues to you going into the 2024 election?
Most important issues, let's see. Getting rid of the illegals. Getting rid of the illegal politicians.
Illegal politicians, what does that mean?
Schumer, Biden, and company.
How are they illegal?
No one voted for them. They were appointed.
So this says, before I formed you in the womb, I knew you. And that's from the Bible?
Yeah, from Jeremiah 1. Right. So God knows these babies in the womb. He has a purpose and a destiny for each child. They shouldn't be killed.
Didn't he kill all the firstborn sons in Egypt?
I think I'm done.
Would you like to see Trump run for a third term?
Yes, and if not, why not be the VP to Vance as president if it's not allowed?
So you would want J.D. Vance to run as president and Trump to run as VP?
If he can't run as president, yes, I think that's a great idea.
Who would you want to really be in charge there?
Equal, Trump and Vance. I think
Equal?
He's holding his own. He's doing good. He is just doing great.
Are you worried about the Constitution not allowing him to do that?
Yes, that's why I think he could do VP instead.
Okay. Find a way around that.
Hopefully.
100 days of the Trump second presidency. What's your favorite thing that he's done thus far?
Let me see. I'm just trying to think. I don't really listen to the news that much, but I have confidence in him. So what has he done so far? But I know he did it with the tariffs. He did with the tariffs, and
I have a list here. You want me to tell you some of the stuff he's done?
Yeah.
Okay. Here's a couple of the things he's done in the first 100 days. He pardoned the January 6 rioters who stormed the Capitol. He's dismantling the USA ID, which kind of hurts the U.S. soft power in the world. He's putting the richest man on earth and a bunch of teenagers and 20-year-olds in charge of the entire government. He raised these tariffs, and it put the world in a global financial crisis for a little bit. He blamed a plane crash on DEI.
You either have to vote for Kamala or Putin. Who do you choose?
Oh, definitely Putin.
Putin.
Really? Why?
Absolutely. He's for his people. He is for his people.
Yeah, Putin's values on family and on traditions and, protecting children. It almost sounds like, I'm not a pro-Putin guy.
So you think the country would be better off under a rule like a Kim Jong-un or somebody, or Vladimir Putin?
Hey, I love Russia.
You do? Why?
Yeah, it's beautiful. The people are wonderful.
I'm not a fan of Putin, but Kamala is for communism and taking our whole taking us further down the crap hole.
This is going to be a tough one, but what's your definition of communism? I just want to know.
I believe, it starts off great. I see how people can be attracted to it, like, oh, everybody's even.
Would you rather vote for VP Harris or Vladimir Putin if you had to choose?
I would actually vote for Putin if I had to, for the simple reason, if you understand Marxism and communism, you can work within it. They don't kill business. They don't try to make everybody totally subservient. And if you've noticed, the Soviet Union, we'll call it, or Russia now, has become more capitalistic since the wall fell.
It's almost like a trap. Once they get you trapped, you become one of their drones, and it leads to totalitarianism.
Can I give you my point of view, respectfully push back?
I love that.
So when it comes to Vladimir Putin, I'm not a fan of him just because I simply think he is a dictator who spreads disinformation and tries to sway people. So I think on X right now, there is a lot of disinformation that makes people pro-Russia, when in reality, Vladimir Putin hates everything about the West. He hates everything about America. And he is like our enemy to the very core. He invaded Ukraine, which, do you think that his invasion of Ukraine was justified, or?
Well, with Barack Obama and John McCain setting up the biolabs with Victoria Nuland in Ukraine.
Wait for it! How come everybody I know of that went to college is a Biden supporter?
Yeah.
And I don't understand how everybody is a Biden supporter if you just went to college. So what are they teaching in this college? Are they teaching anything?
Stuff like inclusivity and respecting other people, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, woke.
Yeah, wokeness, yeah.
The American president would not be doing what Joe Biden's doing. So that's proof that he's not our president.
It's just interesting because when I talk to liberals, they say the same exact thing about Donald Trump.
Because they have a lower IQ.
You think so?